I'm looking at the headlines.
Elon.
Social Security chief stepped down over Doge access to recent data. Social Security Administration acting leader stepped down from her role over requests from the Department of Government Efficiency to access recipient data, according to several reports.
Yeah, the whole Doge thing is crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know how Truth Nation feels about it, but I just had some. I got a lot of people arguing online. I've been posting the last few days a few things about Doge, and I've been seeing a couple of hearings, like the Ways and Means Committee had a hearing. They had the people from the IRS on there talking about Doge. Had a couple other of the senators and people from Congress, asking people about this whole situation with Musk and Doge and whatever. Then there's also the one kid that was working for Doge who had those racist posts about I was racist before it was cool to be racist, and he said something about hate speech against Indians should be a normal thing or something crazy. But I was like, I'm trying to tell people online, like, I don't think anybody's against finding what the government's doing with their money. But the thing is, it's already public because your local government votes on it. They vote on it. You can go find it. You see what they're doing.
Well,
I think that
we
all public information.
I think when we don't have the drastic details all in one spot, and I think that a lot of the information is all over the place, scattered through different ideas. So when you can see it lined up, and I'm hoping they computerize a lot of this, like make sure that everything from here on out is where we can click a button and go see where our money's going. Because I think that we know there's a lot of wasteful spending. We know there's a lot of fraud going on, but it's so scattered throughout the United States that we don't see it all lined up. And I think that if we can get it to that point, I'm not against it.
Yeah, and like you said there's fraud and waste. So now we both agree that those are two different things. Like fraud is something like you're saying it's one thing, but just doing something.
I say fraud is you should go to prison.
Correct. And fraud is
and even some misuse should be misconduct in office.
Right now, the waste part brings in an interesting thing. Just say you got Say you're budgeting with your wife, right?
Right.
Y'all got a budget, right? So fraud is, I got $100 a month here that I use for, maintenance around the house, but you're really going to the strip club.
I understand what it is,
right? So waste would be you're saying, I got it. I spend $300 on my nails and hair and toes, and you're like.
It's mismanagement.
You can do that for $200. You're wasting $100.
Yeah. And I think that waste goes into a lot of the mismanagement.
So my point is, waste can be subjective. Like,
I'll say this.
Waste. You might not think it's waste.
I'll say this: tax dollars should go to where they need to go, because we need every resource that we. If we put in our dollars to certain things, we need our dollars to work for us.
Correct.
And all I'm saying is, since I started this show. I've been wanting audits on certain ideas in the community as far as, nonprofits that's supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. They got the mission statement. I'm a big believer in looking through a lot of the ideas to make sure that the dollars is going to the need idea of what the dollars was given to. So I'm not against what Doge is doing, because I think that I don't have to like the people who's trying to do it. I just need to see where the dollars are going. And if who's ever going to try to do it in an attempt to see where the dollars are going, I just want to know, how can we get rid of a lot of this? Or how can we bring it to the forefront and then work from there to try to see how we can mitigate it moving forward?
And the two things I'll say about that is that you don't have to like who's doing it, but you have to trust who's doing it.
But do you trust the government?
Well, the only thing about that is that's your local, and you and I say it a lot. You better be voting in your local election,
right?
Because those are the people who are deciding on that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
So those are the people that you elected and trust. Now, I didn't elect.
I don't have selective. I don't have selective trust.
Well,
what I'm saying is,
I do.
I don't.
I select who I trust.
All right, so let's say
I don't know. You trust everybody?
No. What I'm saying is,
No, I want to.
No. Ain't no trust. I just wanted to get done.
Oh, okay.
Hey, trust ain't even a word to even put in this.
It's gotta be
especially
trust.
when you're talking about politics. No, what you don't put trust in politics together. You can't put trust in politics together. But it's through politics that it's going to happen.
You giving me information. I got to trust. Like
No,
I trust. I believe your information.
It depends on the angle and the agenda. If I know your agenda, I know your message. If I don't even need to hear you talk.
Right,
All I need to know is what agenda is you serving, and then what messages they putting out because they put that message out to the masses.
So you trust that agenda?
Yeah. Are you
What agenda?
Do you think
That agenda, you trust
do you
the
think
agenda
Doge is
that they put out?
neutral?
No. Listen.
You think Doge is neutral?
You know what I trust? Let me tell you what I trust before
Okay.
you ask this next question that you're trying to ask.
Okay, well, go ahead.
What I'm
Say
trying
that.
to say is, anytime we can do audits, anytime we can look through funding, I'm 100% for it. 100%.
No disagreement there.
Not 100, not 99%, 100% for anybody that can go in there and look through taxpayers' dollars and see what's going on. I'm 100% for it. Matter of fact, I wish I was standing there looking at it.
Okay. So again, do you think Doge is neutral?
I don't know if they neutral or not. All I'm saying is I'm just for the fact that it's happening.
We are, but you still,
Benjamin, hold on. Benjamin was producing my show when we used to talk about, just looking through things and nonprofit ideas. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm for that.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter.
No one has a problem, but it does matter who's doing it because it's the integrity to do it. Like you wouldn't have a criminal check your stuff, would you?
I don't. Like I said, if it was up to me, I would put the people that I want to do it.
Of course.
I would choose the people that I would want to do it.
And everybody would.
Okay,
But
so
that's
what
'cause
I'm
you would
saying
trust
is,
them.
but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if they can do their job well, that's fine. That goes to now. If they don't, there's mechanisms to stop it.
All right. So
Let's say you hire somebody, and then they say, okay, I got these qualifications. Okay. If you don't perform to the qualifications, I get to put you to the side.
All right. So you got to do an audit, a check of your stuff. Would you want Bernie Madoff doing it for you?
I wouldn't. I don't talk to Bernie Madoff.
Doesn't matter. You said it doesn't matter. You said you just want an audit.
No, I said I would choose somebody that would do it.
But before you said you didn't mind.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. If they doing it and they discovering, I don't care who did.
So
I don't care if it was Joe Biden. I don't care if it was Hunter Biden.
Okay.
Okay. I don't care. I mean, if they gonna pull it out,
have to disagree.
Hold on,
I care who's doing it.
You can disagree, but I'm gonna tell you this: I don't care who doing it.
Right. You don't care.
If they going through the records. Because that's all you're doing is going through the records and putting it together, so where people can see it.
That's the only thing.
Well, you're going to be looking for a lot of things. You're going to be looking for a lot of honesty that ain't going to show up. Okay,
showing up,
but what I'm saying is, you're looking at trust and honesty through political, and that's never going to happen. I'm not going to bring.
This should be political.
Hold on, but I'm not going to bring the same trust that I put on my family and friends into a political space. Because first of all, that shows that that's delusion, a lot of delusion going on. And when you talk about trust, that's only toward the people in the personal or more space where you can place trust. At least to me.
Right.
Now, when I walk outside, you got to look at qualities and potential that or qualifications. So that's different. Now I got to trust your qualifications because you wrote it on that resume. Now it's things that actions I can take against you if you don't perform to those qualities.
Right. So in other words, you are trusting then. You just said you weren't, but now you are.
No, I didn't say that. I said that when you put the resume up.
What's the resume for Elon?
You playing basketball. You said you played. What's your resume?
For Elon?
You said you played in the NBA. How you actually played in the NBA, right?
I actually played.
Your points. What was your shooting percentage?
I have no idea. I got no idea what my shooting percentage was. I don't know my stats.
I'm gonna trust. Okay, well, I'm gonna go look at that and say, okay, at least Tony is good for this. I'm gonna trust the stats that you're good for, okay? So let's say you say something outside of that, and I didn't hire you for that. I don't have to trust that. I don't have to believe in none of that. Only thing I'm putting you there for is what you're capable of doing.
Right, so how does that relate to Doge and trusting that Doge is going to give you the right information?
No, what I'm saying is they're pulling out the records. That's all they're doing is pulling out data and letting the public see some of the data.
But hold on.
I don't have to
let
go
me tell you
home with
this.
these people.
I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because during the hearing with the people from the IRS, and they were concerned. The hearing was about modernizing the IRS because it's so old and antiquated system, right? So then they were getting around to Doge getting into IRS information, right? And the people from the Congress were asking the five. It was 5 people from the IRS, their panel. They were asking them, okay, do you know what Doge is doing?
Right.
Every one of them, all 5 said, no, we don't know what they're doing.
Right.
We don't know what they have access to.
And we don't either.
No. Right. So that's my point, though. Like, why wouldn't you know? Why wouldn't somebody be in there with them saying, okay, let's get all this information together? Again, no one has a problem with auditing and finding out if there's waste or fraud. Let's do it all
I'm
together
saying
so
is,
we know.
Look, I want
there's
anybody,
no reason for the IRS not to know what they're doing.
Even in this city, I want somebody to go through to see what's going on with the money.
But do you want transparency?
It's all transparent if it's out there.
If the people of the IRS don't know what Doge is doing in their own system,
I think that
there's no transparency.
Hold on. All I'm saying is, depending on what angle you're looking at, all I want is the information to come out.
I don't have an angle.
No, what I'm saying. No, what I'm
they
saying
don't know
is
what you're doing.
What I'm saying is, all I want is the information to come out, and I don't know how that is going to happen because it haven't happened in my city. It's $5 million missing in my city from housing. It's money missing around here. Nobody don't know what's going on with the money on the local level.
Right.
Okay, so you talking federal where it's spread widespread. You would think, okay, this is a simple township. We should know where the money is. They can't even tell you that right now in the city of Milwaukee.
Well, Doge ain't over here.
But what I'm saying is, I would hope that they come here. If they got a team that could look through the stuff, I would hope that they would come here and do it.
Everything gets looked at, but they're already getting looked at. That's the thing. They have a bunch of committees that all this stuff has to go through.
Well, how come they not doing a good job? How come nobody knows where the money is?
But that was what I got to before. The waste part is subjective. You might think it's waste.
All I'm saying is,
that's why you vote for your local government.
Well, however we chop this conversation up, I'm for Doge.
I'm
for it.
I would be for Doge if I knew what Doge was doing.
I'm for it.
They can't tell us what they're doing, so I don't know what they're doing. They haven't been. Also, and here's another question.
I'm for any
concern you.
idea.
Hey, does any do any of you guys? Hold on. Do any of you guys on the IRS know that the Doge team, how they were vetted or if they were vetted? No, we don't know. No, we don't know. 5 people. No, we don't know if they were vetted.
But what I'm saying is,
you got people in your information that you don't know are vetted.
Okay,
and you don't know what they're doing.
All right, listen.
If you're
but we do know.
With that, Tori,
hold on. Listen.
I'm not comfortable
However
with
you want to put it together,
and I just
let them cook.
I'm not.
I'm saying let them cook.
They're not cooking.
They break this.
They're breaking up.
How come people?
Hey, $50 million on condoms.
Let me tell you.
Let him cook.
Gaza.
Let me tell you something.
To Gaza.
How you find that out?
What do you mean?
How did you find it out?
It's not true. That's how I found it out.
No, let me tell you something.
It's not true.
No, listen. What I'm saying is, saying is, you regurgitating stuff. I'm saying about the. What I'm saying is, because
I'm telling you stuff I was watching.
But what I'm saying is, you looking at the mainstream.
I'm watching it live. It's not on mainstream. I'm watching hearings.
All I want.
Tori,
hold on, listen. All I want.
I'm not watching mainstream media.
All I want. I don't care what nobody say. All I want is somebody to go find out where is the money, where the cash is. Get that cash.
You don't care what the people who work for the IRS say?
These people, depending on what side they on, they're going to have their own opinion.
They're the IRS. They're not on any side.
How do you know?
Because you don't talk to them. I
you don't know them people.
I watched them.
You know them.
I watched the hearing. I watched the hearing.
Hey, you believe in politics. You believe you can trust politics.
I believe I watched the hearing.
Can you trust the people that's talking in the IRS? Can you trust the IRS?
Yes. I trust them every time. Don't you file your taxes?
Yeah.
Then you trust them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
trust them.
Taxation without representation. Hey. All right.
If you file your taxes, you trust them.
Look, that's you. That's your life.
You just said you file your taxes.
I don't trust them.
You file your taxes. Why you file your taxes in?
Because they say you have to.
Oh, then it means you trust them.
No, that means I have to. Did you take the shot? Did you take the shot?
I didn't file my taxes.
Did you take the shot?
I didn't file my taxes.
Did you take the shot?
I didn't file my taxes.
Did you take the shot? Yes or no? I filed my tax. Did you take the shot?
What shot?
The COVID-19.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's all I need to know. Hey, look, when we come back,
what does that mean?
We're going to have a pop culture report.
On that.
True Nation.